the month and payroll for Iron Man. In the previous task, we already assigned one allowance of attendance for Iron Man. Now, for your information, in this task, we're going to do on variable allowance. And for your information, the value of variable allowance without formula can be inserted or can be keyed in with two methods or two ways. The first method, which is we enter manually in after we done the payroll process, or the second method or the second way is we record into ad hoc payroll item before we do the payroll process. So we will do the first method, which is method A, recalculate. So now we're going to go to the payroll process first. So please go to payroll management and select process payroll. And by right, you will see we already processed the payroll for Iron Man before. And for your information, you cannot create or process the payroll for the same employee of the same month of the same payroll type twice. You can only record one time. So if you already have, either you edit or you delete to create again. So for this task, we don't want to delete. Okay, so we just go to edit and then we go to detail. Now, for your information, whatever changes that you already made after you have run the payroll process, you have to come back here and click on reset. Now, the reset button is hidden. You need to click this button to maximize the screen. Then you will see the reset button. So again, I repeat, please remember whatever changes that you have made after you have run the payroll process, you have to come back here and click on reset. Are you sure you want to reset the payroll for employee? Now I click no first. I will explain to you what is different between you click on reset or not. If you don't click on reset, you will see the allowance here still 900. And when I click inside, you will see only shift and travel allowance has been included. But previously we already add a new allowance, which is attendant allowance, but it's not included in here. So we close first, then we click on reset and see the difference. Are you sure you want to reset the payroll for employee Iron Man? Click on yes. Then we have to wait for a while. Then reset successfully, you click on continue. Now if you click on the price, on the amount again, you will see already add on with attendant. Now attendant here, the value is 0 because this one we want to show the difference between fixed allowance, which is shift and travel, with variable allowance. Variable allowance means you can manually key in the amount in the payroll process. So under here, you have to click on edit. And we assume for attendant allowance, this Iron Man received 200. Then you click on save first. Don't just click on close, or else the amount will not be saved for you. So click on save first, then you click on close. Now, previously we click on the reset button, and the reset button, if you make the changes outside of the payroll process after you have done the payroll process. For save and recalculate, if you make the changes inside this process payroll. Alright, inside this payroll process, after you make the changes, then you have to click on save recalculate. Are you sure you want to recalculate the payroll for all affected employees? Yes. Then you will see it's already add on with 200 ringgit. So this one, just click on continue. So already add on with 200 ringgit. So 1,100 for total. So you must know to differentiate between the reset button and save and recalculate button. Reset button, if you make the changes outside of the payroll process, then you come back here and click on reset to update your process payroll. Save and recalculate all if you make the changes inside the details of our payroll process. Then you have to click on save and recalculate to make the changes on the amount. So you must know how or when to use these two buttons. But my advice, our advice is, it's better the changes that you made is outside, or it's better you set the amount automatic inside the employee. To avoid, if you do the variable allowance and you don't set the amount, the chances for you to make an error is higher. So means maybe you already set the allowance to your employee, but then you forgot to come back here and save and recalculate, or you forgot to come back here and enter the amount. So by default, the amount of attendance is 0. So this one you have to manually key in, unless if every month the allowance or the amounts of the allowance that's supposed to be received by employee is different monthly, then you can come back here and set manually. But if the amount is fixed, it's better you set the amount automatic in the employee maintenance. So please be careful when you want to set for the allowance. If you want to set automatic every month is the same amount, you can set under employee maintenance. If you know that this amount is going to change every month, allowance is different, then you don't set on the amount. So we will choose the variable allowance. Automatic, you have to come back here and click on reset, then save and recalculate. Alright, so you have to click on save recalculate, but you must make sure that you don't forget to enter the amount. So this one, the HR must be very careful if they forgot to enter the amount. So later in the payslip of this employee, the amount of 200 be 0 if they forget to come back and enter the amount. Or even though if they enter the amount, if they forget to click on save and recalculate all, also no point, because the amount won't be changed. Alright, so you must be careful. And one more thing, you must be careful between save and recalculate and reset. After you have done save and recalculate all, you don't click on reset. What happens if I click on reset? If you click on reset button, are you sure you want to reset? Yes. Automatic, the allowance will change back to the previous amount, which is 900. Means the system on the payroll process only check on the amount that you have record outside of process payroll. Inside this payroll process, whatever amount that you have include or extra, it won't be calculated after you click on reset. Means it's reset everything back to the one that you have recorded only. So you must be very careful. After you click on save and recalculate, you don't click back on reset. So now I change again on the allowance. I enter again the amount or the value of 200. Then click on save and close. Now I click on save and recalculate all. Are you sure you want to recalculate the payroll for all infected employees? Yes. Then it will change back to 1,100. Alright, so you must be very careful between these two buttons. Reset to reset whatever changes that you have made outside of process payroll after you have processed the payroll for that employee. Save and recalculate, you have to click if you have made the changes inside this payroll process, or you have changed the value, or you have add on whatever deduction or addition. So you can click on save and recalculate. So now you can click on back